42 geese previously living around the Big Rapids Riverwalk are on their way to a new home Wednesday after Goose Control of West Michigan conducted a goose roundup. I'm here with some of the geese that have been captured by the Goose crew here in, by Big Rapids Middle School. Mr. Goose. Mr. Goose. Oh, no?
He's going in the crate.
I believe he's unavailable for an interview at this time.
The bicycle flags make us look bigger and appear bigger to the geese. So we have another, 4 or 5 feet of extension to block, because the geese are going to be looking for a hole to move it out through, and that helps us block them. And then with the flick of a flag, that can turn a goose head that's trying to get ready to dart. So it's a good control technique. The adults that have babies usually molt, and that's nature's way of keeping them with their families, because geese are really quite good parents. And the other adults could be juveniles from last year that stayed with their family, and they don't lose their flight feathers because they did not have babies. So you have a mixed bag in there. I have some that can fly and some that are molted.
Because you weren't able to come here last year because they had canceled all the roundups, do you think that had, and I talked to Heather about it as well, does that have an impact on
I think most definitely. I've seen a bigger increase of geese in the Grand Rapids area where I do the goose hazing. I've had more geese this year than I've had in the past 8 years, or 9 years. I've been doing this nine and a half years. And I really think it is directly related to the roundup being canceled last year.
How did you get into goose?
My sister and brother-in-law have the same kind of hazing business in the Detroit area. It's Goose Works. And Calvin College called them about nine and a half years ago and wanted their service, and I was working for the state, and my sister said, "You want a part-time job?" And I said, "Sure." And I started there part-time, and by the next spring I had enough business to quit the state and do this full-time, and I've been continually growing now for the last 9.5 years.
So yeah, these are being transported to the, you said the Tippy Dam?
Tippy Dam at Red Bridge. It's access into the Manistee River.
Okay.
It's a DNR wildlife drop-off site.
And once the geese have been dropped off there, because the geese who haven't learned to fly, they're going to imprint.
Yes, what this is a generational reduction. Goose Roundup is a generational reduction, and you'll see it over the course of 2, 3, 4 years, a reduction in your geese, because the babies come back to where they have been programmed to fly, and so we're taking them before they can fly to like these other areas, so they'll fly back to the drop-off areas, but the adults will still come back here and lay eggs next year because they've already been programmed here. But you won't have, like I have now, last year's babies coming with the adults. You see, so it's going to be a generational reduction.
No geese were harmed in the making of this news segment. For more on this and other stories, pick up a June 16th edition of The Pioneer.